Hello YouTube, Gentleman 2005 here with the review of S.H.Figuarts Greeed Ankh. Greeed! That's what it says on the box. This is complete Ankh. This is the Ankh that was possessing shingles. Not lost Ankh, Anklet, which is sitting here, lurking about on the sidelines. This is the real deal, and the complete form. I love the way they wrote this because they wrote Greed like 18 times, but whatever. So we got the three red things. We don't see any kind of Greed logo down here, interestingly enough. But we do see Ankh. We see, it says Ankh, Complete Greed. We see his name on the side. It's here on the back. We see the stand he comes with, his face, him being like, I get you. And then him with his big wings. Right there. Okay, let's get this. Okay, so he comes with two trays. The back tray is the wings and the stand having the logos of the 5 Greeds on it. You can see Ankh, Uva, and Kazali, and then Gamel and Mizul. And then what does he come with? Well, pretty much the same thing Ankh came with, which is himself, some hands, and then all the wing pieces and the neck frill. So let's get him out and put him together. I've already pulled the plastic from around his waist. Come on. Go ahead, the foresight to check for that this time. Alright, so Ankh right here with his hair. You can see the Ankh hair. So let's what do we want to do? Let's start with these gray pieces. So this piece says RL, I assume for rear. Let's check this one. This one does FR for front, left. So this is the left piece, rear. So it goes back here, and we just kind of stick it on the peg, like this. There's little pegs back here, just like Anklet had, and up front. So let's do front left. I'm sorry, this says front right. What the fuck this said? This said rear left. This is front right. So front right is up here on the right. Here. So if we can get it on. The front one doesn't want to go on. Why you be beach? Why are you beach? Tell me, Ankh, why you beach? Okay, there we go. Now let's get this piece. This one says RR for rear right. So we'll pop that on. Okay, that one went right on. So we'll just join those together like this. We have one more piece which should say front left. Yep, FL. So front left. Like this, and then we will just pop it on to the peg, and of course he will be beach again and give us trouble. There we go. So we now have all 4 of these. Now let's take his neck frill and wrap it around him. It will sit on top of the gray pieces. Why is it not going around his neck? Let's see. Again, Ankh, why you be beach? There we go. There's so much assembly required. Now let's get the back pieces. Does this have an L and an R? We're going to figure this out. So this one we'll put back here. And then this one we will put on the other side in these holes here. Now, to put on his big wings, we're just going to take these pieces out. There we go. Okay, so we got his Ankh wings back here. So let's look at the figure now that he's assembled. So here's his head like we saw with the hair, and then he's got some head articulation. Arm articulation, we see, first of all, we see the Ankh arm there. We see his standard chest, just like Anklet had. Arms, he does have articulation around these feathers, as we can see here. We can game it up and whatnot. He's got the complete belt right here with the gold, as opposed to Anklet, who had the gray complete belt. The legs, it's the same legs as Anklet, so we can full leg articulation there. On the back, which we saw a minute ago. So, and here's Anklet for comparison. As you can see, it's all pretty much the same, except the differences are there, and the belt, and obviously the right arm, which has our pal Ankh. If you also remember, this isn't actually Ankh with all of his medals, because 3 were destroyed by Putotira, and so he uses Shingles' body to compensate. Now, let's get the big wings out, take a look at them, and try and attach those and see what kind of a disaster it creates, because I'm sure it will create a disaster. So, there's a pretty impressive wingspan on these things. I mean, look at this. These are the wings, those big rainbow wings you always see Ankh throwing out. They're fairly heavy, actually, so what we're going to do is pull out the rainbow ones in the back, these pieces, and we're going to pop the others in. Okay, so this one goes on this side. Right, this one goes on this side. And I'm pretty sure this is why they give you the stand, because I don't foresee this standing on his own. Although, okay, my bad. He can stand on his own with the wings. I mean, that's impressive to me. That's badass. Look at those wings, dude. It's fucking epic. Let's get his hand, one of his hands, because he has many Ankh hands. So let's go with this one. I like this one. Let's pull off his hand, pop this in. And one thing to note is that actually his left arm does not have the wings on it like Anklet's does, showing that this is right arm Ankh as opposed to left arm Ankh. So we can raise his hand, his arm, like this, right, and then stand him here with his wings. Okay, so seriously, this is like one of the most badass figures I think I own. Ankh is one of the coolest characters ever, and one of the best parts about O's is everybody's favorite lovable greed. I definitely recommend getting him, even if you skipped Anklet, even if you skipped the other 4 greeds, Uva, Kazali, Mazul, and Gamble. I can highly recommend getting Ankh. I love Ankh. As you can see, there is assembly required for his wings to get all the front and back feathers on, but that's minor compared to just how really good this figure is, and I can't speak enough about how pretty he is. I love him with the wings, and got the greed symbol stand and whatnot. So yeah, our next greeds will be the 2 Dino greeds in August. The Kyoryu greed, which is Dr. Maki, and the Edgy greed, which clearly is Edgy. But until then, this is our last greed. We got all 5 main greeds, and they do look beautiful together. I love these things. So until next time, you can check out the podcast website, Ramboards, RazRangersandRambles.com, bringing you the latest token news in the craziest way possible. And as always, thumbs up, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.